as you can see, we are now on deck 5, and we are all the way forward. So we have the theater up here. We also have an outside area, which they call the promenade, on both sides of the ship. So we're going to do that last. Let's get the inside taken care of first. Per normal, we like to stay to the right, because that's kind of how we drive in the United States. We drive on the right side. We sort of walk on the right side. So we'll video on the right side. Here are the stairs that I pointed out when we were down on deck 4. Isn't that neat? That's actually a chair. You go around the other side, you can sit in it. All right, anyway. So here's what the balcony area looks like in the theater. All right, pretty neat. Complete clear views. There's only a couple posts in the way. They're back here, all the way in the back, and there's no chairs. Right, there's all the seating is in front of it. The only exception is that pole right there, and there's one pole on the other side over there. Other than that, complete clear views. Very few theaters at sea are like this, that have these kind of clear views. We actually sat next to one of the architects who designed this theater a couple days ago during the 2-day event. Okay. So, like I say, yeah, we'll tell that story maybe. I like to stay to the right, but again, this is sort of cut off. This is called the annex. It's closed. I'll be honest, I have yet to find my way in there. Special key for special access. So I'd love to be able to tell you what they use the annex for, but I just can't. Here it does say reserve private celebration lounge experience, shore excursions area deck 4. So there's a lot of fun things that go on back there, I guess, but it's private.
I read a little thing on it. So they do all kinds of, if you want to do like team building exercises and challenge your friends or challenge your coworkers or whoever's with you, that it is for pay.
Gotcha. All right, so we're back right where we started in the elevator shaft. And we try to stay all the way as far right as possible. But, well, you know, we can't. This is the upstairs area of the club. If you look at that, old school video games. All right, foosball, golf. This would be the optimal spot right up here to watch the shows that go on down there. But as I mentioned, seating's a bit tough. Okay. There was a show last night in Eden. You'll see Eden here in a few minutes. We literally got there. Was it an hour before the show? It was an hour before the show, and we had crap seats. So I'll show you later when we get down there. Here is your arts area. We're about to walk down a nice little hallway. These are desks that you can sit down. I mean, these giant chairs. I mean, these are crazy. Right? Look at that. So, but the art gallery is well laid out here. It's by Park West out, as you can see. This whole hallway here is dedicated to the artwork and the sculptures and things, as you can see as we're walking through. But because of where the club is situated, we are again pushed to the left, even though I'm trying to walk down the right for you guys. Good morning. Here's your world-class bar. Lots of fun activities happening here. All right, I'll get you just a little bit closer. They're cleaning the carpets. We saw a gentleman giving some people a class on something here yesterday. I'm not exactly sure what. I don't know if it was the art of making a craft drink or something. I don't know. But the bartender was giving a class. Okay. You have raw on 5. So this is sort of your seafood. Okay, here is our aft elevator banks. All right, so there's nothing over there. So the only way to get to the aft, which is to Eden, and there's another specialty, well, it's not a specialty restaurant, but the restaurant called Blue, is through this really unique reflective area. I also pump scent in here or through here. I don't know, what would you call the scent? It smells like a linen or something. Yeah, but what would you call the scent? Because it's, I don't know. I gotta ask somebody what that scent is. All right, so that is how you get access to the back area of the ship. It's not a pay restaurant. It is free, but only to certain passengers based upon, like I said, the cabins that you booked. But the ambience in here is nice, isn't it? Because everything's, since the place is called Blue, there's a lot of blue. But I love this sort of rose thing, petal, if you will, looking down sort of on the wall there. It's sort of 3D. I don't know, just thought it was cool. All right, so let's get out of Blue. All right. You have one of your last shops over on this side as well. And there's purses and sunglasses if you lost or forgot your sunglasses, you can get some here. And here we are. We enter Eden. Okay. By the way, we have been told that all the plants on this vessel are all real. And so if you see a plant, it is not fake, it is real. Bathroom, public bathroom. So Eden is a multi-purpose space. It's a bar, there's a restaurant, and it's also a club where they do shows in. Now the restaurant is down here. Remember, we're on deck 5. So you only can get here from deck 5. So you walk down, you check in with the folks right here, and then you would have your dinner down here. Now, this is a pay restaurant. I can't remember how much it was, but 60-something bucks rings a bell to me. Have your phone? You want to look that up for us? We'll look it up right now as we're walking through the rest of Eden to see how much this restaurant was. And she talked about the moss on the walls. All real. Okay. So we saw a show in here last night. The show's pretty good. And as I mentioned, we got here. It was about an hour before the show. Every single one of these seats down here was taken. Every single one. There's no place to sit here to watch the show. Because the show happened, actually it happened throughout the venue, not just here, but a lot of it was centered here. They had some chairs there for, I think, some VIPs and stuff. Okay? Every chair that was up here, with the exception of 2 that were behind the post, they were also already filled. What do you got?
So onboard dining price, $60 for dinner or $100 for tasting menu.
There you go. So the Eden is $60 or $100. Now there's this ramp back here, which is where Lisa and I ended up sitting. So we'll show you how you get access to that. But take this in. It's a beautiful spot back here, guys. It really is. There's 2 ways to get upstairs. You can get upstairs by the stairs. Now, once the show has started, the stairs are off limits because the entertainers are coming and going quite a bit. Okay? However, see that little green thing right there? That's the entrance to a ramp. Right, and so, and by the way, I'm sure you'll see it, but some of your favorite YouTubers were brought into the show last night. It was kind of funny. I'm sure you'll see the videos. There you go, some cool little hanging chairs. So this is how you would have to leave. If you're upstairs, right, you're either, or want to get upstairs, you're going to either have to walk the ramp up and go all the way around, or you can, they were letting some people come right through here and go down here and then up and around there. Okay? But once the show's going on, typically it's mostly off limits. But we were sitting in one of these chairs right here, watching the show here. Now, if you come, you're like we, found all those chairs filled, and decide to sit back here, just know a couple things. One, the audio is not pointing this direction, so it is very quiet back here. You're not really going to feel the show or the energy of the show because the music is all facing that way. Two, this seems to be a runway, not just for the performers, but for everybody. And we were constantly interrupted. Every, I swear, 60 seconds, a group of people was walking by. And you can't put the chairs next to the glass because the performers do come up that ramp and stand at that glass a couple times throughout the show. Okay, so just fair warning with this venue, if you're gonna come see the show, I hate telling you have to get here more than an hour before, but we were here an hour before and we had no seating. So I don't know what to tell you guys, but just kind of a neat look up here. The 3 different decks and levels with that ramp. And you can also look down onto that area as well. It's really neat. It's beautifully well laid out. So I was eating. So let's go ahead and we'll take the stairs down this time. That's a little area there. The what? Oh, Lisa just informed me that the plants in the hanging baskets are not real. So I don't know who told her all the plants on the ship were real, but I guess they lied. All right, so we've gone all the way to the back. Now we gotta cut over to the right side, but to do that we have to get past the elevator bank. So we're on our way back here now, through that interesting reflective hallway. What do you think of the ship so far, guys? Leave a comment below. What's been your favorite area so far of these? Class ships from Celebrity. How closely does this ship resemble those ships in both decor and features? I'd love to know. All right, so we're back at the elevator banks. As I was pointing to you before, remember there's nothing down there. So let's up the elevators here. All right, so we now are on the outside of deck 5 on what they call their promenade. We are as far forward as we can go, and so we're now going to start heading backwards. I do apologize if the wind is a lot. We are moving. So it is always tough to capture the outside areas for you guys and talk. So if it's too windy, I'll just do a voiceover while we're showing you the deck. But I don't think it's that bad. But I've been out here a couple times, and if I remember correctly, we're about to run into a dead end. Dead end because there's a restaurant up here. So you actually can't go all the way around. Right, so, and there's a wall. You can't get through it. Okay? Walking this before, that opened, but this would not open for me. See? It's blinking. It's turned off. So, door release. Nope. That's the emergency door. So this is shut off, which means we're stuck. So we literally have to go all the way back to find a way past this moment. So we're going to turn the video off, and we're going to find our way to the other side. All right, when we were stuck on the outside, we were right over there. So it's the fine cut steakhouse that is preventing you from walking straight through on the outside on the promenade. See, here's the other side of the steakhouse, okay? So we now continue. The only reason I point this out and the reality is it's not. And in the one section we began in, you walk a good distance before you learn you're stuck. Then you gotta turn around and walk all the way back. So it'd be nice if their deck plans, represented that. Also a smoking area out here for the smokers in the world. Again, back of deck 5. If you're looking for someplace to smoke, you can do it here. If you want to ask if you can smoke in the casino, we will have to ask. But the handful of times that I've walked through, I've never smelled smoke, so I don't think you can smoke in the casino. Back of the ship, hear the water churning out back there. So, we can't go all the way through because Eden is here, so we're relegated to cut through. So let's cut through. Hopefully that will open for us. Yes, it did. Can we get through from over here? I don't know. Yes, right there. All right. Eden Outdoor Cafe. Okay. So here we are, the Eden Cafe, outdoor seating area. Here we go. All right, let's walk forward. Here's another nice little seating area. Those are gigantic umbrellas that are currently closed. The lifeboats on this ship are also very unique. They look a lot different than normal lifeboats. They're very wide and very flat, like this one here is used as a tender as well as a lifeboat. So if we use it as a tender, 132 people can fit in for tenders. Using it as a lifeboat, let's double it, or almost 223. I find that interesting that for a lifeboat they will cram more people in, which I guess, hey, life is depending on survival here. Yeah, I'll can sit on my lap. Come on, let's do it. All right, so again, we are on deck 5, the promenade. And just like the other side, we have run into a dead end. The difference is, I think we can get in that door right there. This is where we came in from Fort Lauderdale. This is right where you came on board. Magic carpet is above us. All right, so let's go in this door. Let's get around this restaurant and get back to the outside promenade. So that is Rav on 4. Or raw on 4, Rav on 4, raw on 4, raw on 4. Sorry about that. Raw on 4. Oof. That is in the way of using the outside promenade all the way through. Looking for another door. I guess we're going to have to wait till we get just about here. Okay. So here we are now moving further this way here. So another nice thing, I guess, if it's raining outside and you want to walk, but do it outside, the entire promenade, except for those big areas that had nothing going on, it's all covered. So you can come down here and walk around. Again, we are as far forward as we can go. Remember correctly, we started in the other side that looked just like this. There's your magic carpet up there. So we hope you enjoyed, all of deck 5. Hey there, Tallman Clan. Today we are on deck 14. We're going to show you everything there is to see here today. We are standing right here in the aft elevator banks. And so we're going to go here and show you the Ocean View Cafe, or the buffet, right? They call theirs the Ocean View Cafe. When you come in, there's a men's room right here. There's always lots of public restrooms. Here's your hand washing station. No washy-washy, no yummy-yummy. There's your ice cream area. I call it scoops. And what I want you to pay attention to is look at how high the ceilings are in here. There's so much space, huh? There's so much space in here. It's amazing. Lisa was telling me I missed the bar. So if you need your morning coffee or espresso, Il secondo bacio. This is the second bacio. That's why it's called secondo. The second bar. But as I was saying, oh, here's your desserts. The space, the volume of height in here, it gives this area so much airiness, okay? As you can see, everything's roped off. They're in the middle of changing over from breakfast to lunch. But you've got all kinds of stations here for your beverages. Here's one of the beverage stations. There's several of them here. We will continually get different looks of the buffet at different times of the day, at different days, because the buffet up here is absolutely amazing. So many different offerings, much more than I've seen on the other cruise lines. And some seating over here as well. Big, huge mirrors, very expansive space. I love love the high ceilings in here. There's several spots in this ship where the ceilings are this height. You don't feel enclosed. Maybe it's because I'm tall, I don't know. For you pizza lovers, the pizza is here, right in the very back of the ship. There is a little bit of seating outside if you want to dine al fresco. And so there's some seating out here. We're in St. Martin today. So here's some views of St. Martin. That beach over there. At this point in time, I'm sure y'all are familiar with what the magic carpet is. It's an extension out over the side of the ship here in the Edge class ships. Edge, that's the name of the class, is because of this thing. And it does go up and down. I know, I don't think I can zoom all the way in there, but there's somebody in right there in the sort of an infinity. They're hanging out over the edge. It's all glass. It's kind of neat. There we go. But this does go up and down. You can't ride it. So if it moves up and down, They will close it off to passengers until it gets to where it needs to go. This being the inaugural, there's lots of people on board getting video. He's cleaning the windows. All right, so now we're going to go into the solarium. This is adults only. It is completely enclosed. What's nice, a lot of the solariums you go into are kind of warm, if you've ever been on a ship before. This one is not that hot. It's very, very comfortable in here. Lisa and I stay out of the solarium a lot of time because it's so humid and warm in there. This one is not. It's be very, very comfortable. Lots of loungers. Nice statue. All right. There are more public restrooms in here. It's pretty, right? Really elegant looking. All right. Flip. Keep on staying to the right. Give you an update of where we are. We're right here. Okay. Now, if you remember, we've already covered the spa, so we don't have to go in there. We will go over here. So this is part of the spa on this side. The spa is the entire back of the ship. The main area to enter is over there. But that is it. We've already shown you the spa. So let's turn around. We'll go back through the solarium and go down the other side of the ship so you can see it from the other side. And just, again, this also looks really neat at night. Lisa was telling me there is a juice bar, which I missed for you guys, so let me backtrack a little bit. It's the spa cafe and juice bar. There's not a lot going on right now. It's also a drink station, so you can get your water and juices and things here. But they have little lunch offerings, right? Tuna salad, tomato mozzarella caprese, spinach salad, more of a lighter fare, sweet potato bisque. They've got a couple of blenders here, so I'm assuming they can make you smoothies and drinks and stuff like that as well. That's why I have Lisa. She's my continuity advisor. I'm always so focused at looking forward so I don't trip over anything or, we try to keep the camera focused a certain way. But sometimes I might miss something. Yeah, I mentioned that before. Yeah. They did put some towels in the cabin today for getting off the ship. They're a different color than these ones here. So again, we'll go up on this side of the pool deck. And so you can get a little load. There are lots of umbrellas, as you can see. So depending on which way the sun is shining, you get some shade. A lot of pool decks on ships don't have umbrellas, but these have plenty. You could use it as a lap pool. And you see from the people standing in there, it's not incredibly deep. Lisa once had an emergency dental appointment here on I almost said St. Thomas, St. Martin. We're in the middle of a cruise and she bit down on something and her tooth cracked in half. And so we got off the ship, found a dentist, and they whipped her up a new tooth in no time. And so there you have it, y'all. We have now actually gone 360. We are back in the buffet area. Well, as you can see, we are now on deck 15, everyone. And we are standing right here in the aft elevator banks. As you can see from the diagram, well, the deck doesn't fully continue. And so we've already shot video of the retreat, which we will insert for you so you can see that. The retreat area is for suite only passengers. It's a private area. You've got to have a key card to get in there, but we shot it before they closed it all off. So let's start here and show you this part of deck 15. Double door. As you can see, we sort of at our dead end. They have ping pong tables back here, which is kind of nice to have it here in the hole. If you're trying to play ping pong on a sea day, it's a little less windy back here. So here's the running track that I talked about. And if you remember the deck plan, it sort of cuts off there because you're actually going up to deck 16. So we're going to walk back this way. So here is sort of, again, part of some of the running track, as you can see, green lines. There's also lots of seating area over here. Back here on deck 15 is the rooftop garden. This is where they have their big LED wall. But there's also a ramp. There's some nice seating areas up here. As you can see, there's two of the plunge pools. And then we'll go over here into the rooftop garden. Also, back here is the sunset bar, which is around the back, which we'll go to in a minute. Here is your rooftop garden grill. Nice seating. It's all al fresco out here. Showed you some highlights the other day at pickleball. Well, this is where they play pickleball. Right out here. It's so popular on the ship, the lines are permanently marked. There you go, your rooftop garden. Outside of big events going on the big screen, it's really comfortable out here. Typically very quiet. There's some bathrooms right here. Okay. Oops, excuse me. Some seating areas. This is a smoking area. So for those smokers, come out the back of the cafe and up those flight of stairs I showed you a while ago. You end up there. But we're circling around to the rooftop bar, or the sunset bar. a nice look over the back of the ship from up here. Look at that. Right? It's really pretty up here at night. All right, so we'll continue on. Get more views of St. Martin. Or on the other side of the rooftop garden, as you can see. Just love all the different types of fixtures they have. Those eggs are lit up at night. All right, so we're sort of back on the running track. All right, and it says walk this way. So as you can see, this is a ramp. This is kind of sort of the end of the deck 15-ish area because of how the walking track goes. But we're going to take the walking track for you. So we'll show you the walking track. So this is a bit of a down ramp. Are backtracking a little bit. As I mentioned before, deck 15's a bit cut up. And interestingly enough, if you look down at the track, they do want you going one way. Or, see the arrows. Walk this way. Walking this side, running that side. And now we're on the incline. Again, the pool's over here. This is that ramp that I was pointing out if you watched deck 14. However, we're now going up to 16. So we're going to get the stairs and go back down, which are right here. Now, of course, the track does continue all the way around and goes down on the other side. It loops. But we're going to go down back to deck 15 so we don't miss anything. All right, so this is more of the seating area on deck 15. It's kind of a nice little hidden area, only accessible by this staircase and coming down. Now at nighttime when they're doing parties and things, they have the DJ right here, right in front of this cool thing. All right, overlooking the whole pool. And there you go. And so that's it. That is the end of deck 15. So until we see you on the next deck or on the next ship, be safe. Hey there, everybody. Here's a little postscript to deck 15. Remember, we were over here. I told you we can't connect to the back because of how the decks are laid out. Back here on the, not the back, it's actually the front side of this deck is the retreat lounge, which is for suites only. However, there is the fitness center, which is open to anybody. We're standing right here, obviously. Now, we already showed you the fitness center when we did it as part of the spa. But you can, as you see, access the fitness center directly from the forward elevator banks here on deck 15. And so there you go. If you're coming in from the spa, there's the staircases that we've shown you before. So there you go. There's a little postscript for deck 15. Welcome to deck 16. As you can see, we are in the forward elevator banks, and there's two things up here: the retreat, sun deck, and Luminae. These are both for suites only. What Luminae is, it's a not a specialty restaurant. It's a restaurant exclusive for those in the suites. And so here it is behind closed doors. We can't get in there at all. You need a key pad, or a key that would open that. Ours doesn't. So I was hoping to be able to at least get in there and show you the decor, but we cannot. So Lumine restaurant specifically for those in suites. Excuse me. As far as the other side goes, to go out to the retreat, again, we already shot video of it. We'll insert the video so you can see it here, but you have to have a special key to get in there. So that is all that we can show you from deck 16 here. We're going to go to the back of the ship and work our way back up to deck 16. All right, so we are up on deck 16. We're standing at the door of the retreat. Hard to see it because of the glass. Again, remember we talked about this is for suites only, so you have to have a key to get in there, which we can't. But here is the public areas of deck 16, which go towards the back of the ship. I've sort of inadvertently already been partly up here because of how it's all sort of put together. You see, there's the running track that's on the ramp. We've already walked on that. So we've actually already touched deck 16 just a little bit. But as you can see, there's plenty of places to sit up here. There's a cool hot tub over there. They have the matching one down there in that corner. So there's a bar up here called the Mast Bar, which is just over here. There you go. The Mast Bar. There's also some seating over here. And if you want to get a good shot of the name of the ship, here's a good place to get it. I'm pretty sure this dead ends back here. So, but we'll walk it and all the way to the very end. Dead ends right there. Turn right and go to the other side. Just to show you every square inch. This one's been a little bit tougher than most just because of how the decks are all cut up. The front of the ship is mostly dedicated to the suites, so it's hard to maneuver back and forth. You can see it. We're now on the running track again. It's going to ramp down to deck 15. So that is it for you, deck 16. You want to see me on the track? Hang in there a little bit longer. Actually, we've been on this already. As you can see, we're going into the rooftop cafe area here. So there you go. There is all of decks 14, 15, and 16. We are now on deck 17, and as you can see from the deck plan, it's just a small little area. This is the top side of the retreat. Again, this is for suites only passengers, but this is where their bar and pool is on deck 17. There's plenty of access to it from this area of the ship, but you do need a key card to get in there, which we don't have. So that is it for your deck 17.